One of China's top table tennis players, Fan Zhendong, is transferring from Saarbrücken to Düsseldorf this July. And recently, a documentary, Blau und Schwarz, about his team came out. It shows his Bundesliga debut on August 21st last year, where he lost both matches. I was there that day, and here is the funny thing. I've only seen him play live twice, that debut and another match in Tahir this February. He lost both matches, both times, and I have a lot to say about that. The first time I watched him, it was actually my first time ever watching table tennis live. I didn't even understand the rules. So when he lost, I didn't realize it immediately. I didn't know how many sets there were, and more importantly, he looked completely calm. No frustration, no visible emotion. He even waved to the audience before leaving. And I remember thinking, wow, this is what real composure looks like. But when I finally realized he actually lost, my first reaction wasn't disappointment. It was worry, because I know how brutal public opinion can be. It can lift you to the top overnight and tear you down just as fast. His transfer to Germany was huge news, so a losing debut? That's even bigger. I wanted to see how he would respond, but he didn't say anything publicly, so I started digging. I read interviews, watched old matches, and tried to understand his journey. And that's when I realized something. When I saw as a big moment was actually just my own projection. To me, that match felt huge, but to him, maybe it wasn't. Because he once said, people saw me become a Grand Slam champion, but I've also been the runner-up in every major tournament. Which means before becoming a champion, he had already learned how to lose. So losing is not news for him. The only people trying to make sense of it are the spectators. In the documentary, his teammate said right after the match he wasn't frustrated. He just went back to the locker room and started reviewing the game, calmly, rationally, and just thinking, what can I do better? The second time I saw him was in Tahir, and again he lost both matches, but this time everything felt different, because the team had already secured qualification. The whole match felt more like a celebration. And Fan Zhendong, he was smiling the whole time, like genuinely smiling. And I remember thinking, wait, you can actually look this relaxed even when you lose. At first, I felt the same tightness in my chest, the same worry, but then I realized something. He's in a good team, a team where no one expects him to carry everything alone. And in that kind of environment, you don't have to win all the time. Anyone can smile when they win, but if you can still smile when you lose, that means you are in a place where you're supported, where you are allowed to breathe. And that's when I felt relieved, not for myself, but for him. I've never witnessed his greatest victories in person, but I've witnessed 2 of his losses. And honestly, I feel lucky, because top players don't lose that often. And here's the truth. In life, our peak moments are rare. Most of the time, we're just ordinary, sometimes even struggling. But no one really teaches you how to deal with failure. And somehow I learned that lesson from 2 matches he lost. So now when I look back, I don't see defeats. I see how a top athlete handles losing. Because in the end, being great doesn't mean you never lose. It means after losing again and again, you still stay in the game and you still believe one day you will win again.